I'm going to show you how to draw this curve, and I'm going to be using these sticks. Okay, so I need some sticks and I need some tape. Okay, so to start off, I think I will just make a bunch of little pieces of tape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How about 7? I think 7 is enough. Okay, so I'm going to start with this piece over the top here, and I'm just going to put. Now you can glue you can tape the pieces down like this, right, on this side, or you can tape the pieces down on this side. I think what I'm going to do I'm trying to think of your best view. I'm going to tape them down here with the tops just touching the intersection of the lines. So I've got that one taped down there. Okay. Now I'm just going to skip one because these are very small. So I'm going to skip one. I'm going to line this guy up right to the top of that. And I'm going to tape this guy down too. Just hold it right there. I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to go to number 4 now, right up to that pencil line. And let's see, number 6. Ooh, that one's kind of furry at that end. This end is better. Right up to my pencil line. And let's see, number 8. Sliding it up to my pencil line. I have to kind of look around on my pencil line because shadow. And let's do 10. And then my last one, I want it to be right at the end. And you can see I ran out of board here, but that's okay. I can still line it up right to this guy. Tape it right to here. Okay. So now I need a batten. So a batten is a very thin, bendy piece of wood, right? So this is my batten, and I can line it up on my resting on these sticks. And if I don't want to put a lot of pressure in the middle of the batten, and if you're having trouble, you could put a second, you could put more of these in here. But I think if you just kind of hold it like this, I'm kind of holding it straight up and down with my middle finger, and my index finger and my ring finger are pushing against here, then I can trace this line, right? And here I can do the same, right? So trace this line, trace this line. I'm starting to get it. And this piece here should bend. To match what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to take these off, and we should get, I'm just going to place them right over on the side here with their little sticks, pieces of tape and everything, because I'm going to get to use these again a couple of times. Okay, so now you see we've got a curve that goes down this way a tiny bit and then up. That looks great. So now we also need a curve here, here, and here. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them here. The intersection of this, kind of like this. And this one, kind of like this. I might take one that has tape a little closer, right? It looks like maybe something like this, Right? Then I can take my batten and bend it around this, just like that, and I can then trace in here. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me. Now I'm going to take this off and see what I've got. There's a couple spots that I couldn't trace because there was a tape or something in the way, so I could just fill that in. And that looks like a pretty good curve. Didn't quite go all the way to the top, so I'm just something like that. Okay, so that's my curve there. This guy, I probably need to darken this. I can see it, but it's very light. So I'm just darkening it a little bit along my lines, because that's going to be my guide to cutting out this side. Okay, like that. Okay, and the other thing is there's another curve on the bottom here. So now at this point, you can go back and draw these in. And they're very small. So like at 7, it's 1 inch. So that is, you have to get back on the 8th. So at 7, it is just 1 inch. Yeah, which is like that big. At 6, it's 1 and just the tiniest bit more than 1, right? At 5, it's 1 and the tiniest bit more than 1. At 4, it's just a tiny bit less than 1. At 3, it's half, right? So you're making these guys here. And then at 2, it's an 8th, which is just practically nothing, just a tiny, tiny little mark down there. So you go all the way back to 11, gets just that little tiny pencil line very close to the edge. 3/8 is a little bit less than a half. That's a 10, so a little bit less than a half. 5/8 at 9 is a little bit more than a half. And 8 is 13/16, which is a tiny bit more than 3/4. Okay, so now you can see we've got very little amount of bending here, but you do the same strategy. So, tape these boards. Just you're only going to need 6 of them. So just just going to get this right down to the very bottom, and okay. My board is a little bit bendy, so I'm going to weight it down for a second with my water glass. There you go. So that's just holding it flat. So I can do this. I can put my little batten in there, and I'm going to draw just on this side of my little batten. I'm going to move this so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, put that back. Over here, I'm just looking to make sure that I'm kind of going through my lines. And over here. Okay, let's see what I've got. Now I can take these off. Okay, so this goes practically down to nothing. And it looks pretty good over here, practically down to nothing. Just kind of darkening this up. Okay, So now you are all laid out. And the next step is cutting.